Sup, Nerdmigos? I'm Jive Talking Nerd John Norgrove. We've got Wife here. So, this is Review Jive, but it's for Detective Pikachu.
Yeah!
Pikachu the movie, Detective Pikachu, 2019. We saw it Sunday, and it's Wednesday, so we saw it like 4 days ago. It came out on Thursday. We saw it Sunday at like 4 o'clock. And the theater was literally almost sold out. Like, we were 2 of the last 4 tickets in the theater.
Yeah.
So,
which is funny because the only other seats that were empty in the theater were literally right next to us.
Yeah, it was like us and then the seats next to us.
It was nice, actually.
So
extra elbow room.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All right, so just to kind of go over some facts real quick. Okay, so obviously this is starring Ryan Reynolds and Justice Smith and Catherine Newton. So Catherine Newton's the girl.
Yeah, she's the girl.
And then Justice Smith is obviously the brown kid. And then Ryan Reynolds is obviously the detective that happens to be a Pikachu. So like no spoilers, whatever the fuck, best movie ever.
It was so good.
So fucking funny.
I went into it with actually really high hopes. I had read a review earlier, like in its release, like right before it like officially came out, and that review said that it was a lot like Blade Runner plus Who Framed Roger Rabbit, and those are 2 of my like all-time favorite movies. Blade Runner Director's Cut, what's up?
Yeah, it's also not wrong.
And it's super accurate. It was it was very beautiful, and it had this super gritty, futuristic style to it that was very like Tokyo street style. It would have also fit in a universe that was like Fifth Element or something along those lines, or even like Love, Death, and Robots, actually.
It totally could have fit into Love, Death, and Robots.
But it also
except for Love, Death, and Pokemon, which you should make
that. Would be
I would
so
watch
good.
that.
Love, Death, and Pokemon?
Yeah, I would watch the fuck out of the anthology Pokemon
of, like, a
series.
Trainer or something.
Yeah, that'd be great.
And it had Pokemon living symbiotically with humans in this like really awesome Who Framed Roger Rabbit way, but it was also a very noir kind of film, and I just like fell in love with it. And a little bit of background for me, I didn't grow up playing Pokemon. Our power might go out.
Yeah, so if power goes out, the camera's on a battery, but the lights are not, so we'll see what happens.
See what happens.
Yeah.
That's fun. There's like a big crazy storm happening here, and earlier we saw a Widowmaker tree branch fall off of a redwood, like right next to our house. We're fine.
Look that shit up on Instagram, dog. I'm gonna post it.
Go check out our pictures. And we had to cut down a tree so it wouldn't break our bathroom windows. Yeah. But anyway, I did not grow up playing Pokemon. I only got into Pokemon when Pokemon Go came out as an adult. Yeah. So I don't have like that whole
like nostalgia
of playing Pokemon from when I was a kid. And
have you played any Pokemon games?
I have not played any Pokemon games but Pokemon Go.
She's a monster.
So
it's totally okay.
You don't have to be a super huge fan of Pokemon to enjoy this movie. I loved it. It was so good. Yeah. It was so good.
So, I've played like almost every Pokemon game. I mean like I played like Red and Blue. Blue, what's up? Fight me, I guess. Or
I guess all I've got is Team Valor. What? I mean, I don't play Pokemon Go anymore because it sucks now.
Pokemon Go, it sucks now, or it doesn't suck. I don't know. I haven't played it in a while. But no, I've always played the Pokemon games. I mean, I still own my original copy of Blue and a functioning Game Boy Color to play it. Like I've recently actively played Pokemon Blue. Like within the last year, I played Pokemon Blue again. You know, so I'm a huge Pokemon fan, and I've seen all the cartoons. And Pokemon the first movie with Mewtwo. Like I've always been a huge Pokemon fan. I fucking love Pokemon, and this movie had so many fucking references and so many fucking little things. Also, side note, the like film noir detective movie that's playing when Justice Smith like first goes into his dad's like detective office or whatever is the same black and white pretend like fucking PI film from Home Alone.
Oh, you know what? They credited Home Alone was credited in the credits at the end. And I could not figure out why.
That's not a real film. It's a make-believe film that they specifically shot 10 minutes of for that Home Alone scene.
That's the film from when they've got the guys and they're he's
like I'm gonna get you, you rascal or whatever the fuck. Yeah, it's the exact same fucking film. It's just a different scene from that film than the one that you recognize
Pokemon
as fixed.
just got better, guys.
Yes. I saw a review about Detective Pokemon that was the spoilers that you missed or whatever. I think it was Mr. Sunday Movies. Oh, check him out. He's awesome. And for his breakdown, it was his editor did the breakdown because he's never he does nothing about Pokemon, and he brought that up, and I was just like it blew my mind at work while I was listening to this fucking breakdown of Detective Pokemon. We've just been calling it Pikachu at work, so it's hard for me to remember to say Pokemon Detective Pikachu. That's why I keep saying Detective Pokemon or Pikachu Detective or whatever. We just call it Pikachu at work because it's too many words and we're in the middle of shit and we're just like, did you see Pikachu yet? Which a lot of people at work did and everybody fucking loved it. It's kind of funny. So I went on Rotten Tomatoes earlier today and looked at it, and let me bring it up again. So it only has 64% from critics, tomatometer, but it has 84% by audiences.
Oh.
And as I've looked more and more into it, I think that critically, it's not a great movie. But that's because critically, it's just a fucking action movie for children. Right? It's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from the 80s. It's literally it's like judging the TV series Power Rangers, or frankly, the TV series Pokemon. All right, if you're gonna judge it as across all genres and styles as a TV series, it's insane. The parents are irresponsible to let 10-year-olds just fucking venture into the woods and shit.
Well, and also
it's animal abuse-y, kind of.
I mean, there's some pretty major plot points that you can figure out pretty easily just by watching it. But it's also a movie
for children. I feel like
fine.
That has to predicate every conversation. Is that it's a movie for kids because Pokemon is for kids. Now, there are still a lot of adult references. There's still a lot of adult stuff, but they still made a movie about a childish franchise for children. Yeah. You know, and so I think that critically, it's also critics are assholes. But I feel like critically, it really kind of never had a chance to be
honestly,
amazing.
I don't care what critics think.
Yeah, nor the fuck do I. Fuck those guys.
There has never been
the audience 83 is actually pretty reasonable.
I think that's reasonable.
You know?
I've never had a critic. I've never seen a critic agree with what they like. Generally, I like movies that critics don't like, and movies that critics do like, I generally don't like them because they're boring and awful.
This movie was a lot like 90s Arnold action movies.
It was a very 90s.
It's a good, fun, action-packed movie with all kind of craziness, right? It reminded me a little bit of
it's got a bunch of...
What's the one with Sandra Bullock? It's not Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's Sandra Bullock and Sylvester Stallone with the three shells.
Demolition Man.
Demolition Man. I was going to say Destructo Man, but that's wrong.
I was going to call it the Three Shells movie.
It's like Demolition Man, all right? At no point in time do they explain what the fuck is happening in Demolition Man. Why is Taco Bell in charge? Fuck with them three shells. Seriously, comment below. Fuck with them three shells, man. I've seen hundreds of comments underneath hey, maybe I found out the three shells thing, and somebody writes a little thing, and then people just demolish them on Reddit.
Yeah.
The three shells is still a great mystery of our lives.
No one knows.
Nobody knows.
No one knows.
But it's like that, where it's unapologetically its own movie.
Yeah.
And that's good.
It also had hints of the Golden Compass because people had a Pokemon that was their partner. Yeah. So you had Pokemon trainers, and some of them had Pokemon, and some of them seemed to have had multiple Pokemon. They didn't really. One of the things I liked is they didn't really explain much about the world that this took.
No, it was just this is the shit that's happening.
Here's a snapshot of this thing that's happening.
Yeah.
But people had Pokemon. They had a Pokemon partner.
Yeah.
And as the movie went on, I was like, who would be my Pokemon partner?
Yeah, seriously.
Like,
well,
what would be the Pokemon that fits me the most? And I was thinking about Golden Compass when it was coming to that, because with Golden Compass, you have your little, Daemons.
Yeah. No, you know what? I thought it was a fantastic movie. I absolutely loved it. I mean, if I really had to level a complaint, all right, it's that Ryan Reynolds fucking held that movie up. His voice in a CGI character dominated that fucking movie. His one-liners, his little bits, his little undertone, all I hear are consonants and nipples, or all I see are consonants and nipples.
It was a little, like, Deadpool's
It was
consciousness.
totally Deadpool.
It was Pikachu.
So fucking good. Ryan Reynolds did such a damn good job. And it's funny because I've actually seen a couple of reviews that are just like, why would they choose Ryan Reynolds for this? That makes no sense.
Because
the
Ryan
answer
Reynolds
is because
is a
fuck
living
you.
god.
That's why. Ryan Reynolds is the best. I love you, Ryan Reynolds.
He's a delightful human,
Yeah.
a fantastic actor,
Oh my
and he
God,
just
yeah.
is all around.
He's just like a
funny.
he's legit.
Just
Follow
like a
him on
cool
Instagram.
dude.
Seriously, dude, do yourself a favor.
Yeah.
His Insta is fucking tits. Like,
Yeah,
absolute
it is.
tits on.
It definitely is.
So, so I absolutely loved it. Fucking best movie of all time.
Yeah.
In fact, if it were reasonable for me to go see it again in theaters, I would rather see it a second time than Endgame.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And I loved Endgame.
Yeah.
Right? But this is just such a... It's... Like, remember when movies were like, it's a family fun adventure in the summertime? Go see this movie. And then it was just like, whatever bullshit, some action.
Movie. Yeah, this movie is fun.
It's speed.
It
like, you don't
really
have to question what's happening.
That it was pushing on you.
No, it wasn't super, like, hippy-dippy about, like, animal cruelty. Or like, it wasn't, like, weird about, like, gender stuff.
Nothing.
Or like, racial stuff.
Movie.
Or anything. It just existed. It was good.
Yeah.
You can just... Hollywood. Listen. You can just make a movie that's fun.
That's okay.
That's what we want. We just want fun.
Bring me a fun movie. The rest of the world is awful and it sucks. Yeah. And also, like, bonus points if you put Ryan Reynolds in it, because, like, Ryan
do a fun
Reynolds.
movie, but with Ryan Reynolds. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, Deadpool, but everything. You know what?
Yeah.
You know what I want? Ryan Reynolds in 40 years, because he's functionally close to ageless. I want a live-action Rick and Morty where Ryan Reynolds is Rick. I'm just... Listen.
Oh, my God.
I might be the smartest human of all time, so you guys have to deal with that shit. But I think Ryan Reynolds as Rick from Rick and Morty would literally be the best thing of all time. So you're welcome for that. You can have that one for free.
All
right.
right.
For free.
On
Next
that
one will
note,
cost you.
Go see
go see the movie.
Pokemon.
I don't want to talk spoilers. I don't really want to talk about
I would
any of
give
that.
it 5 of 5 stars.
Yeah, 100%.
Definitely would
100%.
see it
Best
again.
movie of all time.
Definitely would see it
okay,
again.
so real rapidly before we leave, starter Pokemon. Do you know the starter Pokemon question?
Okay, so let me see if I can figure it out. Starter Pokemon are Pikachu.
Okay, yes.
We're talking about like the original.
It's actually
There's, like,
Pokemon
different...
Yellow, but Pikachu I'll allow to count because of Pikachu.
Okay.
So it's
no. Let me try. Okay, so Pikachu, Bulbasaur, Squirtle, and Charmander?
Charizard. Or Charmander. Yeah, Charmander.
Is that it?
Yeah.
There's only 4?
Yeah, well, there's only 3. Pikachu was only in Pokemon Yellow, but that's negligible. Of those, what's your starter Pokemon? That's the question, is what do you start?
Okay.
There's a lot of strategy behind this question. I'm not
going
doing that.
with 0 strategy, and I'm only going with what I get from... okay, so I'm going to give you my opinion going from Pokemon Go, starter Pokemon, because you got to choose one.
Sure.
And Pokemon Go, I would pick Pikachu because electricity, and that was super huge because water Pokemon were like way overpowered. But going from the movie and
let's assume like
overall,
real life, like you're a 12-year-old on an adventure in the woods.
If this movie was real,
dangerously,
Bulbasaur, 100%. There is a part in the movie where a ton of Bulbasaurs come out, and they are the fucking cutest thing.
Yeah,
I was like,
again, see, because you don't know. That's like a huge like.
I have no idea.
There wasn't a grip of Squirtles, but a grip of Bulbasaurs is def a reference. Like, I wanted a grip of Squirtles, like, with the sunglasses. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But, so I'm a Charmander guy as a starter, traditionally. The reason why is because Charmander is better at the beginning. Also, you get a fucking Charizard, which is functionally a dragon.
Like, when I
and by
was
functionally,
playing...
I mean... actually a dragon.
Well, like when I was playing, I mean, I had a Charmander in Pokemon Go. When I was playing Pokemon Go, this is like I stopped playing Pokemon Go about a year and a half after it was released.
Yeah.
So that's about a year ago now, maybe a little bit more.
Yeah.
And like Plant was a pretty good one, but like they didn't really do a whole lot of damage, so I didn't really use the starter Pokemon very much.
Sure.
I found that I really used Vaporeon. Those were so crazy overpowered, but it had to do with what move it was.
Yeah.
I had a couple of Gyarados, I guess. A Snorlax was pretty good, and then so I cannot think of the name. There's a fairy one, and the fairy one is like big and fat.
Clefairy?
Clefairy?
Is it pink?
Yeah,
and it has little horns.
Yeah, a Clefairy.
Yeah, it's Clefairy.
Clefairies were also really good.
Into Clefable. I'm not proud that I know this much about Pokemon.
Oh no,
God,
it wasn't a Clefairy.
So
it was a Clefable. It was whatever the evolved.
Oh, he evolves into Clefable. Yeah. Or I'm wrong. I don't know.
I don't know, but it was
at this point in time, I'm pretty certain I'm not.
Fat, round Pokemon, and Lickitungs were pretty good, but that mostly because
had a great
had
scene.
a lot of health. And there were some Clefairies. Now that you mention it,
also
there were some in the show.
Okay, so graphics were amazing. They found a good balance between making it real enough that it's acceptable, but not falling into Uncanny Valley, i.e., young Princess Leia. God rest whatever monster soul that is. They didn't jump the shark. They didn't jump the shark. Yeah, well, that's the Uncanny Valley of CGI. But at the same time, they allowed it to be cartoony enough that you're just like, yeah, of course that's like a weird shiny pink thing. Who fucking cares? You know? Yeah. Which was really, really good. Yeah, I don't know. It was just, there were so many good parts of that movie. It was such a good movie. Go see that movie. Yeah.
Now. And then tell us who your Pokemon is.
Yeah, who's your starter and who's your partner Pokemon? What I'm gonna do is
I don't even know who my partner Pokemon is.
Okay, so we're gonna figure out our partner Pokemon after I upload this, maybe, or I'll forget. It's 50-50 100% of the time.
What do you guys think? Do you guys know what my starter Pokemon my partner Pokemon would be?
After I edit and upload this, all right, I will put in the comments what we chose our partner Pokemon to be. Okay? And then we'll have a discussion about partner Pokemon below.
Yeah, let's do it.
So let's have a discussion about partner Pokemon below. While we're at it, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. That's how these things get out there. And, you know, I don't want to work. I want to talk to you guys about Pokemon.
Share us with your friends.
A lot more. Pokemon Shield and Sword is coming out soon.
Or I guess maybe in a sexual way. I'm not going to kink shame you.
What's up?
It's all right. Oh, put that away.
Anyway,
nobody wants to see that.
Everybody wants to see that, trust me.
No one wants to see
live
that.
in truth. But either way, like, comment, share, subscribe, blah, 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 blah. I've been John Norgrove. This has been Wife. Go fucking see Detective Pikachu. Best movie of all time. What are you doing looking at my fucking stupid face, right?
I don't know what I'm doing.
Nobody does, but everybody does. So, what's up? How you doing? Okay.
Yeah.
Bye.